sponge cake. It's light and airy, and it's the base for my Black Forest Torte. Oh, what a classic. Black Forest cake is layers of chocolate sponge cake with a cherry filling and completely covered in whipped cream. I've got 5 eggs. They're at room temperature, but I've separated them. So I have my 5 whites in my mixing bowl, and to that, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. I'm going to whip the whites to a stiff peak, gradually adding a 1/4 cup of sugar as they're whipping. There we go. I'll set these aside. And now I'll sift in 1 3/4 cups of cake and pastry flour. I'm just going to sift a little of this through to make room for my 1 cup of icing sugar. And of course, where would we be without the chocolate? Half a cup of cocoa powder. Now for this sponge cake, I add a little baking powder, 1½ teaspoons. And lastly, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Wraps up the dry ingredients. And I'll sift this right into the mixing bowl. For the wet ingredients, I have a cup of coffee. It's cooled to room temperature, and adding this will start dissolving the icing sugar that's in there. For this cake, I like to use half a cup of vegetable oil. Now those 5 yolks I reserved from the whites, I'll add in right now, and I'm ready to whip again, just to give it a little body and structure. So just about a minute on medium-high speed. Now I'm ready to work in the whites, and I want to fold them in. Folding in 1/3 of the whites first lightens the base batter, so when I fold in the remaining 2/3, they hold their volume. And don't be afraid to work quickly when you're folding in the egg whites. Time is the enemy. They'll start deflating right away. I have my cake pans with parchment at the bottom, but I haven't greased the pans at all. You can see it's quite a fluid batter. That way I know it's going to be beautifully moist. The cakes are ready to pop in the oven, and they only take 30 minutes in a 325 oven. While the cakes are baking, it's a perfect opportunity to work on the fillings. But I also have a secret addition to the recipe, a ganache whip. So I'm gonna start off by measuring a cup of whipping cream. I'll pour this into my sauce pot and bring it up to just below a simmer. I've got 5 ounces of bittersweet chocolate here. There we go, the hot cream goes over the chocolate. And I'll just give this a gentle whisk. So this ganache, you wanna let cool to room temperature and then chill it completely before it's time to assemble your torte. Speaking of which, I need to make my cherry filling. To make the cherry filling, you simmer 2 cups of tart cherries with a cup of sugar and half a cup of water. And I like to add a little flavor, so I'll add a couple of cinnamon sticks to the cherries as they're cooking. Once it's cooked down, you dissolve 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in water and add that to the cherries. Boil it until thick and then set aside to cool. I do have both already chilled, ready for assembling the Black Forest Torte. So I just, using a whisk, basically whip the cream within the chocolate until it's almost a chocolate mousse consistency. I've got a piping bag with a plain tip, and I'll put all of this ganache whip into the piping bag. Here are 3 beautiful sponge cakes that I made earlier and let cool completely. So now I can assemble my Black Forest Torte. I start with the cake layer on the bottom. Of course, peel off your parchment and place it on your cake wheel. Now, I'm using this to pipe basically a dam around the outside of the cake to hold the filling in. I pipe a little of the ganache whip in the center. Now, I'll spoon the cherry filling. I'm ready for a second cake layer, and I'll repeat the same process with the chocolate ganache whip and the cherries. Now for the finishing layer, the whipped cream. I've got 2 cups of whipped cream that I've already whipped ahead of time. What I like to add to my whipped cream, a little bit of cream cheese. Half of a package, and this has been softened at room temperature. The cream cheese adds great flavor, but it also stabilizes the whipped cream. I'm going to add to that a cup of icing sugar that's already been sifted. I won't fold in all the whipped cream at once. I'll just take a dollop and lighten the cream cheese mixture first. Now for the rest of the whipped cream. Instant skim milk powder is the secret to making stabilized whipped cream. I'm adding 2 tablespoons, and that whipped cream will hold every dollop, swish and swirl you give it. Lastly, a bit of vanilla. When it comes to frosting a black forest torte, I prefer to leave it simple. So just spreading whipped cream on the top and on the sides. Offset spatula is your best friend when it comes to decorating cakes. And I'm not worrying too much about the precision of this top edge because I'm going to pipe some whipped cream rosettes over top. I've got my piping bag, this time with a star tip. But before I pipe the rosettes on the outside of the cake, I want to put a little grated chocolate. And so to do this, you use a vegetable peeler and just take a block of chocolate and peel those shavings off. And I'll sprinkle these right in the center of the cake. You do want to chill your black forest torte before you slice into it. Give it a couple hours in the fridge. I have one already assembled and ready for slicing. Doesn't that look lovely? Ready for presenting and serving for a special occasion. And there it is, that gorgeous combination of whipped cream, chocolate sponge cake, cherries, and of course the bonus of that whipped ganache in there. It looks rich, it tastes rich, but it's just light as air. That's the magic of sponge cakes.